Hello everyone, my name is Ash. Let's talk Dragon Age. On the 8th of July, Bioware held a QA session on Raptr, talking about Dragon Age Inquisition and its gameplay, characters, romances, and so much more. Of course, the developers could not throw any story spoilers for Inquisition, but they did throw in a lot of new and awesome facts. How many questions were answered? A lot. So let's go over everything. I'll be leaving a lot of what we already know or have talked about in recent videos, like the Keep, but be assured that everything here will be quite relevant to your interests, starting with the Inquisitor. As you very well know, the Inquisitor is the player's character. Before the game starts, you will have the option of customizing your character's physical appearance and, to a certain extent, background. The character customization will be intense, and some of the choice sliders were mentioned: eyebrows, scars, hair, and eye color. 2 sets of colors for eyes especially, the outer color of the iris as well as the inner color. Sadly, no chest hair customization. Freckles are still being investigated, although Mike Laidlaw says that it is confirmed. Mark Dara says that possibly for the skin preset. For Qunari, you can choose what type of horns you like and their size. Qunari will be big but smaller than the Iron Bull. While the player can't change the body type or height, nor the color of their clothes just yet, many different appearance choices will be available. Background will play a bigger role in the Inquisitor's interaction with the world. We already know the Elven background to be Dalish, and the Qunari Inquisitors to be Vashoth. We now know that the Kadash dwarves will be surface dwarves, while non-mage humans will be noble. The background chosen will explain the reason why the Inquisitor is present at the peace talks at the beginning of the game. Instead of having race only play a part of the beginning of the story, like Origins did, all throughout the game, others will notice what race the Inquisitor is and react accordingly, both positively and negatively. And they will refer to you as either the Inquisitor or the Inquisitor's surname. Humans called Trevelyan, Elven or Lavalon, Dwarven or Kadash, and Qunari as Adar. Beyond background, others will take notice to the Inquisitor's specialization. You can choose up to 1 specialization, or more specifically, the Inquisitor can choose to earn a specialization, or not have one at all, if they so desire. As for the voices for the Inquisitor, 2 female and 2 male. The first is Alex Wilton Regan, also known as Com Specialist Samantha Traina from Mass Effect 3, and Sir Cothrian from Dragon Age Origins. Second is Sumali Montano, also known as Nyreen Krandos from Mass Effect 3's Omega DLC. Third is new to the Bioware games, Harry Haddon Payton. And the fourth is John Curry, also known as Zevran. Let's talk more about the characters. Lady Josephine Montoya, well known in the community as Scribbles, was finally revealed today. An Antivan noblewoman whose skill is not in swords and battle, but diplomacy. She works as an advisor and ambassador for the Inquisition, brought in by Liliana, and will greatly center on tactics and discourse, opposed to throwing troops into the fire. Another announcement during the QA, she's the first officially announced bisexual romance. Not race-gated either. Dragon Age Inquisition will have 8 romances. 2 of those romances are grace-gated for narrative reasons, and one of the romances is not any of the companions or advisors. Cullen and Cassandra were confirmed as straight romances as well, which brings the known romanceable count to 5. Sarah, Dorian, Cassandra, Cullen, and Josephine. It's greatly hinted that Iron Bull will be a romance due to his rather promiscuous behavior, as well as Blackwall since he was hinted during the QA. But at the very least, 5 have been confirmed. Who's not romanceable? Morrigan and Liliana, as the writers will not touch those romances the Warden may have made. Cole will also not be a romanceable character. Best explained that he has the mentality of a child. You can read more about that in Dragon Age Asunder. More romances will be announced, but there is at least 1 male bisexual option to be told. Romance scenes will encompass more than just a focus on sex. Mike Laidlaw states that in all cases, Bioware will strive to keep all romantic moments both moisturized and supple, like a well-tended leather jacket, swaying gently on the back of a bar's patio chair in the twilight of the first warm day of the year. I don't know, he said it. Leave your interpretations in the comment section below. Or don't. Might get weird. Moving on! The approval system has changed for Inquisition. While it has a similar system to what we've seen before, simply giving a character a gift to increase approval rating, it does not cut it anymore. Helping characters achieve certain goals will affect their character's approval rating of you. Conversely, while the player can't go, quote, full evil, Inquisitors can choose rather unsavory choices. Michael Laidlaw says that if you can piss them off, they might just leave. Advisor approval handles differently from companion approval as well. If you piss off an advisor, that may be more detrimental to the stability of the Inquisition. Good luck keeping everyone together, Inquisitors. As far as traveling and the party itself, let's cover our bases. Advisors cannot join the party. There's no Mabari companion either, and no Mabari can assist in combat. While traversing Thedas, you can engage in banter between your companions, or in simple words, the Inquisitor can participate in the conversation. However, if you do not act on it quickly enough, the interaction will time out, and the other characters will continue on their own. You can talk with your companions and advisors at the bases, but not in the middle of, as Laidlaw puts it, a blood-soaked murder field of death. I'm thinking dragons. More companion tidbits? Sure. While not completely part of the Raptr Q&A, Patrick Weeks did note on 3 characters, the Iron Bull, Solas, and Cole. Dragon Age Inquisition will show Bull facing post-traumatic stress disorder within the story, drawing on his past as a former soldier who worked for the Qun and moved to a mercenary life. Solas is a dreamer who is devoted to all shades of perception regarding the Fade, and Cole is quoted having an utterly selfless drive to help those who are hurting. Heartbreaks abound for these new characters. It calls into question whether we will see it all in one playthrough of Inquisition. If you're curious about our former companions, good news and bad news, and other news. Good news? Mark Darrah says we may see Gideon Emery again, the voice of Fenris. Bad news? Zevran and Shale are not in Inquisition, at least for now. And in other news, Mark Darrah made a quick note about half-elves only having human attributes. In reference to that point, Darrah uses Alistair as an example. Now, it's never been clear whether Alistair was half-elf or not, with many speculations of Fiona, a former Grey Warden mage, former Grand Enchanter of the Circle of Magi, and former lover of King Merrick, and her identity as Alistair's mother. Now it's clearly confirmed, as Mike Laidlaw confirmed Fiona as mother of Alistair. Just a small confirmation for those curious on the lineage of Alistair, especially going into Inquisition now that both Fiona and Alistair can be and are integral to the state of mages and Ferelden. As far as gameplay is concerned, lot of small details, so let me make this as fast as possible. Difficulty will range from easy to nightmare, just like it did in previous games. Story mode doesn't exist yet. Loot will be color-coded to indicate rarity. There are no Mass Effect-like war assets. You can take prisoners and judge them, but no torture shown. Each class has a number of talent trees to invest in. Level cap for characters is between 25 and 30. There are no quick time events. There are respecs available. And that glowing fisting thing Fenris can do? You can't phase through objects like that, I'm so sorry. For weapons and armor, a lot of clarifications have been made. All rogues can use bows, as well as quoted daggers up to really large daggers. Warriors themselves will not be able to dual wield, as Bioware wants them to wield differently than rogues. Sadly, after much deliberation, warrior dual wielding did not make it into the game. Qunari won't wear helmets as they have a different head slot. Blame the horns. Mage Inquisitors can wear heavy armor given they craft the right armor. Weapons are still restricted by class, however. The only exception that exists is Varric will not equip any other bow or crossbow other than Bianca. But he can use daggers. As far as mounts are concerned, most will be acquired through the plot. Griffins, however, will not be in Inquisition. Neither will flying mounts. If you're interested in the famed Griffins of old, you can read the book Last Flight that will cover the Griffins in detail. The book releases in September. You can pre-order it at the link in the description. Locations? No Kirkwall, no Orzammar, and no Kal Shirok. The Tig, or underground city we saw in the Discover the Dragon Age trailer, has yet to have a name, but surely we will see in the future what and where that location is within the span of Orlais and Ferelden. What's next on Bioware's agenda? Well, let's start with what's not coming anytime soon. At the present moment, there's no demo and no character creator demo planned. However, they do want to show character creation, possibly in a video, though no promises. Also, there will not be a toolset at launch. While it's something that's possible down the line after launch, there are very complicated challenges to making a fresh toolset for the Frostbite engine. What will Bioware show? They definitely will show the war table before release, and as I mentioned before, possibly a video on character creation. And 100% for sure it will show more gameplay, especially for PC, before the game releases in October. And that's the game! GamerX is next on the list, where I'll be covering the panels, especially the Bioware ones. I know this was a lot, but thank you for watching. If you want to keep informed on the latest Dragon Age news, please subscribe. Peruse my wares, my trailer breakdowns, book readings, and lore guides. But until we meet again, my name is Ash. Take care, and I will see you next time.